Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to my first yoga post. I've decided to record it just in case something goes really badly wrong. I've threatened the kids, they're not allowed in. Doesn't normally work, but we'll have a go and see how we get on. A little bit of housekeeping to start with. If you're wearing socks, take them off. We don't want anybody slipping or injuring themselves because our A&Es currently don't have capacity, so get rid of the socks. Make sure you've got a drink with you. If you need to stop at any point and have a drink, that's perfectly fine. I've got a couple of drinks with me now so that I can have a little bit of choice throughout. Obviously, the first one is obviously Prosecco. Anybody that knows me will know that this is my drink of choice. I'd also like to thank the Vine in Ashby for allowing me to steal this glass. I've got a little bit of spiced rum, if anybody fancies a drink or two. I can't give you any of mine, but I may actually be able to leave you some on the doorstep, maybe. It's up to you. And water in my special water bottle with the pink lid. So, given that we're all stuck at home and a little bit fed up and don't know what to do with ourselves, yoga's always really good. It's good for our brains. If you've not got a yoga mat, don't worry. I've not got mine out today. I'm literally going to use the mat in the living room. Lucky for you guys, I've hoovered up today, so we are looking pretty clean. If you've not had a wash today, if you've not brushed your hair, do yourself a favour, go and do it. Get clean. Just pretend life's normal, even though it's far from normal. But it does make you feel better. Okay, make sure you're wearing some comfortable clothes. Anything that you can't do, don't panic, just sit it out. There's no pressure. Being able to do this in your living room, you're not in competition with anybody. Like anything, it takes time to kind of build up your strength and your flexibility in yoga, so don't push it too hard. If anything feels uncomfortable or painful, just stop, take a breath. Yoga is really useful because we work on what we call a moving meditation, so that helps us to kind of relax the body, relax into postures. It's supposed to be fun, you're supposed to have a nice time. That's what I want you to do today, get something out of this. It's a little bit lonely being at home. So if you're at home on your own, don't feel alone, pick up the phone, you can give me a call. I hate talking on the phone, but I will talk to you if I have to. Single parents out there, fellow single parents, hello. I know it's tough right now. I'm finding it really hard sometimes. As much as I love my kids, I do occasionally want to kill them. That's all really normal. Don't feel bad about that. To people that suffer from anxiety, I know how it feels, I really do. We're equipped. We've been equipped with these feelings of panic for a long time. So we know how to deal with it. We know how to be calm. We know how to keep ourselves together as much as possible. Use those resources that you've had. And now's not the time to kind of be in competition with anybody. I'm looking at all the moms on Facebook and social media that seem to be doing an amazing job as a teacher. I'm a pretty rubbish teacher, it has to say. I could probably teach the kids to tattoo somebody's eyebrows or wax legs or wax my eyebrows maybe. I'm thinking about getting them to learn about hair extensions, so when we need a little move up we can get our kids on the job. But yeah, let's take some time for us now and just relax. I've done it in a video format, so you can stop the video, you can have a look. If we're doing anything when we're lying down on our backs, try not to turn your neck to the side. It's really important that you're protecting the neck. But I'll talk you through it. Some good points about yoga is it's anti-aging. Any inversions that we do, so anything with our head down and the blood flowing towards the head, is anti-aging. I'm also really happy that my Botox has just kicked in. Luckily I had this done before we weren't allowed to go out anymore, so although I can't move my forehead, nobody can see me, but I feel good. Okay, so without further ado, let's get on. Our yoga class is going to be split into 3 sections, so we're going to do a warm-up and a relaxation to get those muscles nice and relaxed to enable you to move into the poses. Then we'll do a little warm-up through the postures. Then we'll go on to our main asana, which are our main postures, and then at the end we'll do some relaxation. So we'll be lying down, have a little bit of meditation. It's okay to feel a little bit stupid to start with. It's okay to feel a little bit like, oh my god, I feel like a complete arse. that's fine. Nobody can see you. It's brilliant. So I'm going to find some music for us to get started. Luckily for me, I have two phones because I haven't set this one up yet. So here we go. Hopefully you can hear me over the music. But I just come to a lying down position. I'm just going to make sure that you can actually see what I'm doing. So we're going to lie down onto the mat. Palms are facing upwards. Relax the toes and the legs. Taking some deep breaths through the nose. Expanding through the belly. The one exercise where you really want to push that belly out. And we exhale. Breathing through the nose. Pulling those tummy muscles in tight. Inhale. Exhale. Your hand on the abdomen will help you to feel the rise and the fall. Pushing the air out through the nose, contracting those tummy muscles down nice and tight. Take an inhale to the count of 4. Exhale to the count of 4. Keep that going. This is what we call a yogic breath. Allowing any tension to drift from the body. Take some time here to notice if your body's feeling particularly tight in certain areas, such as the shoulders and the back. Keep those breaths going and allow yourself to relax. Become aware of the weight of the body as you lie on the floor. Allow each muscle to relax with each exhale. Try and bring your focus to the breath and let go of any thoughts or worries that come into your mind. Well done, keep these breaths going. Bringing the body into a state of relaxation before we start. Well done. Taking the palms down by the side of the body, palms are facing upwards. Allow the shoulders to relax down into the mat. Become aware of the muscles in the face. and allow those muscles to relax. On the next inhale, we're going to take the arms above the head. So inhale, lifting those arms back with the inhale. Keep breathing in. And with the exhale, we're going to take those hands back down to the sides of the body. Well done. Inhale, back we go again. Exhale. Nice and slow, there's no rush. Taking those hands down, keeping those breaths as slow as possible. And again. Just waking up the body. This is part of your opening section. Well done. Last time. Bring both knees in towards the chest. Give them a hug. And this pose is known as the full wind relieving pose, for obvious reasons. If you, like me, have been drinking a little bit too much wine recently to pass the time, this is a great posture for massaging the base of the spine and the liver. Detoxifying pose. Just rub the lower back into the mat, maybe rocking from side to side. Inhale. Exhale, take those legs back down to the mat. With control, back into a relaxed posture. We're going to bend the right leg, keeping that lower back in contact with the mat. We're going to lift the left leg up into the air. Keep a little bend in the knee, keeping the knee nice and soft. Hands behind the thigh, and we're just going to circle the ankle. One way and then the other, allowing for any little clicks as air builds up in the joints. And then slowly lower that leg back towards the floor. I'm going to take the other leg up. Again, keeping that bend in the knee, we're just waking the body up, we're doing nothing too big right now. It's a class for beginners, so we're going to keep it at a low level, getting your bodies used to yoga and what it's all about, so take some deep breaths. Let's lower that leg back down to the floor. Take the legs back out. Take some deep breaths. Expanding through the tummy. So we're breathing through the chest, down into the belly, expanding the belly like you've got a big balloon there. And as we exhale, we pull those muscles back in. Inhale. Exhale, pulling those tummy muscles in. Well done. Bring both knees in now. Pulling your leggings up if you need to. Taking your arms out to the side, palms facing down. We're going to inhale. We're going to drop our legs to the left. Waking up the lower spine. Gaze comes across the right arm, keeping the hips on the floor. Keeping the shoulders down. If you go too far, your shoulder's going to lift off the floor. We want to avoid that at all costs, so we're keeping our arms onto the floor. Some deep breaths. I've just spotted a cobweb. Bringing those legs back up to the centre. Inhale. Take those legs down to the opposite side. Gaze comes over the opposite arm. Relaxing those shoulders down into the mat. And some deep breaths. And bring those legs back to the centre. Relax down into the mat. Let go of the tension. Bringing the arms down by the side. Bring the legs over onto the side. Rolling over. Take some deep breaths. We're going to bring ourselves up into a seated position. So using this hand that you put down onto the mat, push down to have to lift yourself up to a seated position. It may seem silly that I'm telling you how to sit up, but gently, gently is the way. So, we're going to do some seated exercises just to carry on working through the spine and warming up the body. So, if you can sit with crossed legs, that's fine. So, if this is the best you can do, that's absolutely fine. If you can do this, fine too. If you've been doing yoga for a little while, you might be able to do what we call a half lotus position, where the heel comes into the groin area, lifting out of the spine, and the left leg comes onto the It's all about what works for you. Don't try and push your body more than you need to. It's about doing what your body's capable of. So from here, we're going to put our hands onto our knees. We're going to inhale, lift the gaze. Exhale, we're going to take the chin down onto the chest. Stretching through the back of the neck. Avoiding the temptation to look at your toenails and wish you'd had them done. Inhale. Lifting the gaze. Dropping the shoulders. Exhale, let's lower that chin back down again. Feeling that little stretch through the back of the neck. Inhale, lift the gaze. Lifting further this time, opening through the throat, dropping the shoulders. Exhale, bringing the head back down. Dropping the chin to the chest. Feeling that stretch through the back of the shoulders. I have been running recently in the wrong shoes, so I have got a bad back. So I was planning on doing yoga to try and stretch open those muscles. Inhale, lift the gaze forward. We're going to inhale now and we're going to look over our left shoulder. So inhale, take the gaze to the left. It probably will look opposite to you. When we're teaching a class, we do everything in reverse. My brain's not functioning, so I don't know whether I should be doing it in reverse or not. But go to your left on the inhale. Exhale, coming back through to centre. Inhale, taking it to the right. Exhale, back through to centre. Inhale, back to left. Exhale through to centre. Inhale to the right. exhale to center. Taking our hands forward, we're going to take a little walk forward now. And again, this is to your own personal point of resistance where you feel your body pull. At that point, that's enough. Don't take it any further. So we're going to take a deep inhale, rising up out of the pelvis, lifting nice and tall as if we've got an invisible string pulling through the head. Using the hands, we'll take a little walk forward. Now you might only get to here, that's fine. But use that breath to inhale and push forward. And when you're at your point of resistance, take some deep breaths. Making sure that your bottom remains on the floor. If your bottom's lifting from the floor, you've gone too far, so you need to take it back a little. Take some deep breaths and use the exhale to really fall down into that posture. Walk that back up. Taking the hands behind, fingertips are pointing forward. So fingertips pointing forward, hands come behind, lift the chest, push, bring the shoulders back together. If you're going to take the chin back, just be aware of that. Inhale. And as we exhale, we bring the chin back first, protecting the neck at all times as we come back to our seated position. Left hand goes down onto the floor now. Right hand comes up and over. Taking a deep breath. Really focusing on the distance between the shoulder and the ear. We don't want to be cramping this shoulder up. We want to be letting it relax down as that hand comes over. Again, go to your own personal point of resistance. It might be here. It might be here. If you've been practicing for a while, it might be here. It could even be here. So just take some time. Feel the stretch down the outer side of the body. As we take the arm over and take some deep breaths. On the next inhale, we're going to lift ourselves up. Opposite hand goes onto the floor. Other hand comes up and over. Taking some deep breaths. One side will more than likely feel tighter than the other. And use that breath to really breathe into the posture. Feel that really tight stretch up the side. I've been doing more weight training lately, so my muscles have shortened. So I can really feel that starting to pull now. So I'm just going to use the breath. Allow my body to relax into the posture. Inhale and rise out. I'm going to take opposite hand to opposite knee. I'm obviously going for the left knee, but you could be on the opposite side and that's absolutely fine. I'm going to take the hand behind the back and we're going to twist through the belly, gazing over the shoulder. Taking some deep breaths. Being aware of the posture, keeping the back nice and straight. We're going to bring it back around to the front. We're going to swap over, opposites to opposites. Looking over that shoulder, taking a deep breath. Well done, coming back to the front. We're still in our warm-up phase at the moment, so for any of you thinking, oh, yoga's really easy, how am I going to get anything out of this? It's so easy. We're going to be moving into the new asana in shortly, so Don't panic if you're a little bit more advanced. This is all part of the process to making sure that we're protecting the body at all times. So we're going to do this again, and we're going to take those moves a little bit further. So we're going to inhale. We're going to take that walk forward with the hands, stretching out on the inhale to your own personal point of resistance. Taking some deep breaths. Scanning the body for any points of tension. Are you holding tension in your face or your shoulders? If you are, just let that go. Come up into a seated position again, using the inhale to help to guide you. Fingers are coming behind, pointing forward, lifting the chest. If you can this time, we're going to take the bottom away from the floor. If you can't, you just stick with what you did before, so just lifting the chest forward. If you want to progress this slightly, just lift away from the floor. Taking a deep breath. Relax that bottom down and back into a seated position. I want you to switch your legs over now, so take a visual check of which foot you've got on the top or which way your legs are crossed. Let's swap that over, so the top foot becomes the bottom foot becomes the top. These exercises are normally more tricky one side than the other. You'll carry more tension in one side of the body than the other. So take a deep breath again, drop the shoulders. Inhale, exhale, drop the shoulders. Let's take that walk forward with the leg on the other side, and you'll feel a different tension this time. Take some deep breaths. You'll find that you'll work easier on one side of the body to the other. Perfectly normal. Take some deep breaths. Inhale, and we're going to come back up to that seated position again. Fingertips are pointing forwards, chest pushed out. Lift away from the floor if you're able. If not, don't worry. Take the chin back if you can. Take some deep breaths. Lower the bottom to the floor. Bring the chin back slowly, being aware of the neck at all times. Shoulders are coming back up too. Back into that seated position. Left hand goes down. Right hand comes up and over. Take some deep breaths. Maintaining that gap between the ear and the shoulder. We don't want to be crunching up, remember? Take your gaze to your fingertips for a little bit more of a stretch. Let's take that back out. We'll take that to the other side again. So we're going to bend through the arm. Fingertips are coming over. Take your gaze to your fingertips if you can. Take some deep breaths. Come back to the centre. We're going to do that twist one more time. Hand on the opposite knee, one hand behind. Let's twist it round. Take a deep breath in as you twist. On the exhale, we're going to bring that back to the front. We're going to do the same on the opposite side. Inhale and twist. Back to the centre. Wow, it's good. I'm going to inhale, we're going to lift the arms over the head. Into prayer, hands are coming together and we're pulling down. And exhale, bringing the hands back to the heart centre, which means our thumbs are outside of our thumbs, sit level with our chest. Inhale. Lifting up, stretching through the body. Exhale, bring those hands back down. Inhale. Exhale. We're going to carry on waking up the spine now and get some body ready for the main asana. So we're going to come over onto all fours. Again, if you need to put your leggings up, feel free. I'd like to add that the camera adds £10. Don't judge me. I've not been eating all the pom bears. So try to keep that back nice and straight. Wrists are over the elbows and the shoulders so everything is stacked. Our knees and our hips are stacked. We're going to take a deep breath in. And as we do this, we're going to lift the gaze up, but we're going to drop the belly. I always say you want to pretend you're a cow with some big udders. I know, it's funny. Gaze is forward. Inhale, lift the eyes, drop that belly down. On the exhale, we're going to breathe out through our nose. And we're going to lift the back. So we're going to arch it as if we're an angry cat. So bringing the head between the arms and our chin to our chest. We arch the back, pushing up towards the ceiling. Pushing through the palms of your hands. Inhale, drop the shoulders, belly comes down. Take the gaze forward. Nice deep breath in. Exhale, pushing back through the palms, through the back, like you're an angry cat. Arching the spine, chin is tucked under. Inhale. Pushing through the hands. Nice deep breath. Exhale, drop the chin, arch the back. Bring your big toes together. Open up through the hips, through the knees as much as you can. We're going to take a child's pose. So from here, we're going to relax down between our thighs. Arms come forward. Forehead onto the mat at this point. Take some deep breaths here. Taking your hands to your heels to relax out those shoulders. Take some deep breaths. Your forehead should be on your mat, not facing the side. Nice deep breaths. This time we're going to take the hands forward again. We're going to come back onto all fours, being aware of how we're stacking our body, making sure everything is nicely in a line, not overstretching. We're going to start to work towards our first downward facing dog, which is a key posture in yoga. It's one of the inversions that I told you about, which will help the blood to run to the brain and to the face, making us younger and smarter. We need that. So, relaxing through the body. Inhale and drop the belly. So creating that nice arch through the back, bottom's coming up. Inhale and lift, gaze is forward. Now on the exhale, I'm just going to move forward so you can see my toes. On the exhale, we're going to bring the chin down, tuck that back under, but just tuck these toes, just tuck them slightly, and we're just going to push back, push our chest back onto our knees. On the exhale, we're going to inhale, lower the knees and tuck the toes, lift the gaze back into that cow pose. Exhale, tuck the toes, arch the back, lift it up a little bit higher now into half a dog. Chins on the chest. Let's inhale, let's drop the knees again. Uncurl the toes, gaze is coming forward. Everything with control. Exhale, turn the toes under, drop the chin, lift the feet away from the mat, not the feet, the knees, the joy of life, training. This is your downward dog posture. Now downward dog, as I've said to you before, is one of the main postures that you'll come across in yoga. Lots of health benefits. Your chin wants to be on your chest. Your palms want to be pushing into the mat. Your feet hip width apart. Feeling the stretch down the back of the calves and the hamstrings. With this posture, you want to try and push your head through your arms. Try to create a V shape with your body. So if we were to turn you the right way round, you'd look like a V. Take some deep breaths here. Well done. Keep breathing, keep relaxing. And if you can, let's walk our hands into our feet or our feet into our hands until we're in a folded over posture. Bending through the knees, you don't need to have straight legs. Chest should be resting on your thighs if you can, if not, that's no problem. And just take some deep breaths. Lifting through the hips, so pushing those hips up. Flat back to halfway, so uncurling the head, flattening through the back. Take some deep breaths here. Dropping the chin. Feeling grounded through the feet, pushing through the earth, slowly opening the body. Head stays tucked in because your head is going to be the last thing to lift. Inhale, dropping the shoulders, lifting the head. Well done. We're going to start our sun salutations. If you could see me, I'm just going to move the camera. So carry on standing where you are, taking some deep breaths. Okay, you're going to have to imagine that you can see my head. Given that you can't right now, so I should talk you through it the best that I can. take yourself to the end of your mat. If you can. If not, you can stand with your feet apart, whatever's more comfortable for you. We're going to start working on our mountain pose, so our big toes are touching if they can. Knees are soft and relaxed, heels are open. Palms are facing forward. Feeling grounded through the body, rooting down through the feet. Just take some deep breaths. Now a sun salutation is kind of your equivalent of cardio. Just get the heart pumping a little bit, get that body starting to work. Take some deep breaths. In your own time, I'm going to lift the hands above the head, so taking them up. I know you can't see this bit, but bringing the palms to join at the top of the head. Exhale, bringing the palms down. Tucking the bottom under, so keep that bottom nice and tight and the belly pulled in. Take those arms out to the side. As we swan dive, we're going forward, so the arms are going to come out. As we bend halfway forward into what we call a flat back. Take the hands to the legs. Take some deep breaths. Your gaze facing the floor. On the exhale, we're going to take it a little bit further down towards the mat. Keep your bend in the knees. Take some deep breaths. Taking the palms down to the ground. Get your fingers level with your toes, brilliant. If not, don't worry. Remember, if anything that we're doing feels too much, just stop, sit out for a little while. It's all about gentle progression. We're going to take that left leg back now. We're going to take the left leg back, bending through the front leg, dropping the knee to the floor, lifting the gaze, lifting the chest. Take a deep breath. On the exhale, we're going to take the other leg back to meet it. So plant the hands into the mat. Take the opposite leg back to meet it. Now if you can stay in plank position, perfect. If not, you can drop your knees. Whatever you're able to do. From here, we're going to lower our chest to the floor. So if you're in this position, sorry I've got itchy nose. If you're in this position, you can just lower yourself down, keeping your shoulders tucked in. If you're in your plank position, you can then drop your knees, take yourself down. If you're a little bit stronger, you're in your plank position, keeping the elbows tucked in. Slowly lower yourself towards the floor, hovering just above the floor, and drop it down. Turn the toes out. We're going to go into our Sphinx pose to start with. So we're going to take the elbows to the floor, palms come down. Deep breath, a little lift through the chest. Taking some deep breaths. Keep the heels together. Toes pointing forward, bottom nice and tight. Slide these hands back level with your chest. Tuck your toes. Lift up, push back into your downward facing dog. If you need to readjust your feet, do so. Take a deep breath. When you become more advanced at a sun salutation, it can be one breath, one movement, so it's a much quicker pose, if you like, or flow, if you want the yoga term. But for now, let's just work on finding the right way to do the postures. We're then going to take our left leg back through to the front. So to do this, if you need to, you can drop your knee, you can bring that leg through. If you're a little bit more advanced, You might be able to lift your leg and bring it back through, whatever works for you. Bring that leg back through, drop the rear leg, uncurl the toe, inhale, lift the gaze, turn that right toe under, bring it to meet, chins tucked in, inhale, slowly rise. Bringing the arms up above the head. Hands into prayer, so meeting at the top of your head. Again, I know you can't see it. Bringing the hands down. The same on the opposite leg. Hands come up as you inhale. Swan dive forward to flat back. Taking those hands down into a forward fold. Hands on the floor level with your toes if you're able. Big step back with that right leg. Drop the back knee, lift the chest, take a deep breath. Tuck that right foot. Let's take our plank pose in whichever way you can. Take some deep breaths here. And lower yourself towards the mat in whatever way you're able. And when you're on the mat, this time we're going to go into a cobra pose. So uncurl those toes, heels together. You can stick with a sphinx pose if you're more able, so hands down, lift the chest. A cobra pose, it's a little bit more of a back bend. So keeping the hips on the floor, shoulders away from the ears, heels are touching. Nice deep breath. Elbows are tucked in, shoulders away from the ears. Breathe it in. Let's tuck those toes again. Bring chin down into downward facing dog. Deep breath. We're going to bring the right leg through this time. So, as I've said to you before, you might need to help it round. That's perfectly okay. If you're a little bit more advanced or a little bit more flexible, you can bring it up, swing it through with control. Not like that. Drop that back knee. Inhale. Bring both feet together. Gaze is down towards the floor, chins tucked under. Inhale. Keeping that chin tucked under your head. It's always going to be the last thing to lift. Arms coming up. And down into breath. We're going to do one more each side. A little bit quicker this time. If you can keep up, great. If you can't, you can stop, you can rewind, you can go back, you can do whatever you need to do. So let's just do one more each side. So we're going to inhale. Arms coming up. Exhale. Swan dive forward. Gaze towards the floor. Halfway. Exhale. Take it down towards the floor. Fingertips are level with your toes. Left leg. Big step backwards. Dropping through the hip into your equestrian pose. Opening up through the hips. Gaze is forward. Big inhale. Turn that back toe under. Let's take the other leg back for our plank. So plank can be here, it can be here. Couple of nice deep breaths. Drop yourself to the floor in whichever way you can. I'm going to push forward into cobra. Bottoms tight, heels together, toes are pointed. Nice deep breath. Let's tuck those toes under. Push back to downward facing dog. That left leg comes through in whichever way you're able. Drop in through that back knee, uncurl the toe. Nice deep breath, always through the nose. So come back together. Back into that forward fold posture. Inhale, slowly rise. Keeping the bottom tucked in, the belly tucked in. Bringing it up. Arms come up. Nice and tall. Hands come forward. Into prayer. Breathe out. Last one on the right side, and inhale, arms are going to come up. We're going to swan dive forward to halfway. Gaze is towards the floor, we're looking down in front of us. Take those hands down to the floor into your forward fold. Taking a nice deep breath. Hands are on the floor, level with your toes if you're able. Big step back with that right leg. Drop the knee, lift the chest, lift the gaze. Inhale. Tuck the back toe. Left leg goes back to meet it into our plank position. Nice deep breath. Lower ourselves down. Push forward into cobra. Inhale, exhale, tuck the toes, push back, downward facing dog. You can pedal your legs out a little bit if you want to here. Just push through. We're going to take that leg back through this one, in whichever way you're able. Making sure it's safe, not causing your body too much discomfort or pain. Dropping the knee, uncurl the toe. Bringing that foot forward. Chin's tucked under. Inhale. Lifting up through the body. Shoulders are the last thing to drop. Head's the last thing to lift. We're going to go into our first balance now. So we'll do a tree pose. It's an easy one to get started with. You still can't see the top of me. It's a good job we're only working on the bottom half at the moment. If you need to for this pose, these are a balance, so anything that you need to hold on to, you're perfectly okay to. It might be a wall. Anything that you need just to help balance yourself is absolutely fine. So, a tree pose is really good for anxiety and to help us feel grounded. So if you're a person that feels a little bit anxious or a little bit worried, this is a great posture to practice. If you use your breathing, focus on your breathing, that will help you to maintain your posture that little bit longer. So let's centre ourselves. Just come up onto your tiptoes, back down onto the heels, the tiptoes and onto the heels. Now, this posture is normally better on a firmer surface. If you're on a mat, step off your mat if you can, unlike me whose mat takes up the whole of my little living room. Let's put the right foot down into the centre. Now for this tree pose, you might only come here. A slight bend through that knee, you might only come to here, that's absolutely fine. That's a good starting point for this posture. If you're a little bit more able with your balance, or you've done yoga before, you might be able to come a little bit further up. If you've been doing yoga for a little while now, you may be able to come right to the top. All of these adaptations are fine. The focus of the tree pose is to be turning this hip out. So turning this hip out while facing this one forward. Find a spot on the floor to help you maintain your balance. When you find it, put yourself in a posture wherever you're most comfortable, keeping your bottom pulled in. Hands come into prayer. Can you see them? They come into prayer. Really? Take some deep breaths. Well done. If you're wobbling all over the place, don't panic. You're doing a great job. You're doing your body a good service. You're helping your mind to focus. Use that breath. Try and clear your mind of anything that's coming in, any thoughts, any worries. Let's let them go. Let's take that foot back down to the floor. Shake it off. I'm going to move to the other side. Find a good grounding for that left foot. Again, we'll find one side easier than the other. Normally you have one dodgy side. This may well be mine. You can go here. You can go here. You can even lift it up a little bit higher if you're able. This side for me is the side that my foot always slips down my leggings. So find your posture. Hands join into prayer. Find that spot to watch. And let's take some deep breaths. Focusing on turning that knee out, opening through the hips. Hip opening is normally quite a good exercise for releasing emotions. So just allow that to open and take some deep breaths. Bring that leg back in and lower the foot to the floor. Shake it off. Well done, everybody. We're going to take a chair now. We're just going to do a little bit of exercise through these upper thighs. So feet are hip width apart. And we're just going to take a seat. We're going to work on this bottom. With the gyms being closed, we're not able to work on this bottom as well as we could do normally. So we're just adapting this for a little bit of exercise at home. So we'll take a chair pose or a thunderbolt. So to do this, lower the legs as if you're going to take a seat. So keeping the weight over the heels, belly's tucked in, taking it down. Lift the hands up over your head or out in front of you. And take some deep breaths. If you want to advance this posture, you can come on to your toes. And just take some deep breaths. Using that breathing we learned earlier on. Deep breaths through the nose. Lower the heels, pushing up out of that posture. Well done. It's a little bit of a tricky one for the thighs. Shake them off. We're going to do a couple more postures now, but we're going to do them from the floor. So we need to make a little bit of a flow to get ourselves onto the floor. So we're going to inhale and raise those arms. Into the light like me. Exhale, swan dive forward, gaze comes to the floor. You want to be maintaining a straight spine, so if you're looking forward, you have an unnatural curve in your spine as you're lifting those neck muscles forward. Head needs to be towards the floor, back nice and flat, really bend in the knees, keeping everything nice and soft. Taking some deep breaths. Inhale, just take a little bit lower towards the floor. We're going to take a ragdoll pose now. So I'm going to cross the arms, take a hold of each elbow, just allowing the body to hang forward. Taking some breaths. You will feel this through the back of the legs. Start to stretch open those muscles. Shoulders are dropped, gaze is forwards or backwards through your legs actually. And just release that down, take my hands towards the floor, bring the Turn the heels inwards towards each other. And if you can, unless you've got knee problems, don't do this if you've got knee problems. If you've not got knee problems, then you can do this. We're going to go into a Hindi squat. So we're going to open up into our frog pose. So we're going to use our elbows and the tops of our arms to open up through the legs. Hands are in prayer. Push the inner thighs open. Take some deep breaths. Well done. Let's take the bottom to the floor. Let's bring our feet together, so feet are touching, and however far you can come in. So if your feet are there, absolutely fine. Your feet are there, that's fine too. If you're a little bit more practiced, your feet will come in a lot further. It's all about time, allowing your body to do things in its own time. Lifting up out of the pelvis, taking hold of the toes. It's a cobbler pose. So if you can imagine you're fixing shoes in India, or sitting down reading a book, you can use your feet as the book to open up through the hips. Gaze is forward, shoulders are dropped. Let's take some breaths. And if your legs aren't open on this, that's absolutely fine. Your legs might be like this. That's good. You can use your arms and your elbows to help to lower those legs over time. So here is fine. Here is absolutely fine. It takes time to be able to open those joints up and allow the body to relax. Don't push your body too hard. One of the main aims of yoga, or one of the main sayings, is do no harm, and that includes to yourself. So whilst you're here, you take some breaths. Dropping that chin down to the chest. If you're able, take a little lean forward. Even if your legs are here again, you can still do this little lean forward, just to whatever level's right for you. And use the exhale just to go a little bit deeper into each of your postures, relaxing through the muscles. Well done. Inhale, lift out of this posture. We're going to bring the knees together, out in front, as we're working towards our final meditation. From here, we're going to do the boat pose. So we're going to pull in the stomach muscles, keeping them nice and tight. Inhale, exhale, as we just start to lean back. And you'll feel those muscles start to engage through the tummy. Keeping your chin lifted, protecting the neck, into your boat pose. You can take this one step forward further by lifting the legs. If your body's shaking, that's fine. It's just those muscles engaging, don't panic. Take some deep breaths. And let's lower those feet to the floor. And we're going to come down now into what we call corpse pose, as we go into our final meditation. This is the nice bit. This is the bit that gets us recharged for the challenges ahead, relaxes the body and the mind, and brings us a little bit more focus. So take those legs down, drop the toes apart, let the heels flop open, turning the palms upwards. Allow the body to relax into the mat. Returning to that yogic breathing we learned earlier on. Slow inhales through the nose. And exhales through the nose. Keep that going. As you're concentrating on the breath, allow your body to let go of any thoughts or worries that comes into your mind as you relax. And this takes practice. You'll find that your mind will start swimming with various different things, jobs, tasks you've not done. And it takes time and practice to be able to focus on the breath, acknowledge those thoughts, but then just let them go. Allowing yourself this time to relax and let go of the worries and the stress that you've been feeling lately. With every inhale, we're breathing in positivity and light. Every exhale, we're pushing away negativity and darkness. Some of you will never have used meditation before, so we're going to go through a basic meditation. Turn your attention to your feet. Maintain the breathing. Allow the muscles of the feet to relax. Once your feet are relaxed, allow the restfulness breath to travel into the lower legs. And you'll feel the lower legs become heavy. As the feet and the lower legs become relaxed, they sink down into the floor. And that deep sense of relaxation continues to climb to the back of the thighs, the front of the legs and the knees become heavy and relaxed. Every inhale now, that relaxation continues to make its way up through the body, so through the hips and the tummy. We let go of any tension. The exhale. Inhale and allow that relaxation to continue to climb through the chest and the abdomen. Around the shoulders and down the arms, and into our fingers. Deep sense of relaxation now climbs through the neck, up the spine, the back of the head, over the face as we let every muscle relax. We become aware that with every exhale our body relaxes further and further. So focus on the breath. Breathing in positivity, exhaling negativity or discomfort. Allowing the body to become completely relaxed. It's almost as if your body is able to separate itself from its conscious to its physical being. Take some deep breaths. If you want to, you can pause the video at this point and continue with this meditative practice. Using the breath to control the mind. To quiet all the chatter that goes on around us. Allowing the tension to disappear from the body as we become relaxed and aware that every fibre is letting go. And now we start to feel the life returning to the body, waking up through the fingers and the toes. Slowly opening the eyes, waking up the legs and the rest of the body. And bringing the knees up, rolling onto our side, using that hand again. Taking some deep breaths. There's no rush here. In your own time, bringing yourself back up into a seated position, hopefully feeling more relaxed. Dropping the chin, taking some deep breaths. I'm going to inhale and raise the arms. Calling in positive energy. Inhale again. One more. We always seal a yoga practice with either an intention make a promise to ourselves that we're going to do something nice for somebody else. Or sometimes we just say namaste. We take a bow. Namaste. Thank you for joining us, or me. Now, after all of that, after your first yoga session, you are more than entitled to a glass of wine. I will return the glass to the vine when we are all allowed out. Thanks everybody. Bye.